Hi everyone, how's your evening going? This is part 2 of yesterday's Vibe Tribe channeling. I just couldn't believe how many questions came through, and honestly I was just worried that the video was going to be too long. But I have confirmation to just do the questions, and however long it is. So we're going to go ahead and continue. So I threw these cards in the light for these final readings. And you know what? Maybe stuff happens for a reason. Well, there's a lot of energy coming off this, or I'm clumsy. Shh, be quiet. Okay, here we go. All right. The first question is, they said, the screen says, I'm not sure how I want to word this question, but I'm an artist and I'm feeling stuck / lost on inspiration and motivation to continue my art. I truly don't know where to look for it. Okay, so I'm an artist and I'm feeling lost on inspiration and motivation to continue my art. Okay, so you're kind of having like a creative block. Does that make sense? And where can you find it? How do you find that? Okay. So let's first find out why you are stuck or lost on inspiration and motivation to continue your art, because I think we have to know why before we can move forward. Does that make sense? So why is this person stuck / lost on inspiration and motivation to continue their art? Because until we know the answer to that question, there's really no place to look for it if you don't know why it's lost to begin with. Does that make sense? All right, so the first card that's falling is a spirituality. There's something about your spirituality that is making you feel stuck or lost at this time. They did drop some other cards where we have this wanderer energy and it's sideways. So this is not good wandering. This is literally lost. Because we haven't made a decision either way. So yeah, this is the wanderer in its lowest frequency, in its lowest form. So it's coming through that it's not negative. It's not negative that you're lost, but you have to learn what it feels like to be lost, to know what it feels like to be on point. So that's kind of an interesting thing to say. So I don't know what your belief systems are, your spirituality. I don't know if you're having a spiritual awakening or a spiritual sleep. But it kind of, I don't know if things that you used to know or believe have just been shattered for you. And then the sideways card also, again, is decision. So there's something within your spirituality that is wandering lost, and because of that we're sitting in a lot of indecision. Like, what's really interesting is decision, not making a decision, making a decision, but you're literally not making a decision and you're not making a decision. I don't even know what I just said. And then sideways is the satisfaction. So it's almost as if your art that you're doing right now isn't even bringing you satisfaction. Maybe the method in how you do your art, maybe, I don't know if you're a painter, maybe you do pottery, or I don't know, maybe you need to change the modality of how you do your art. You know what I mean? Also, sideways is conflict. So I think until we resolve the spirituality, you're just in conflict. And I'll tell you, a soul that is in conflict really, really struggles with creativity. Unless you want to make your art about conflict and, maybe make your art about what it is that you're going through. Some of the most powerful dynamic artists were coming from conflict and struggle. Like maybe your art needs to express what it feels like to be lost and to lack motivation. Because that's also art as well, is to say, hey, I feel stuck. Like, how many artists have been able to demonstrate that? That actually would be super beautiful. Okay. The next question. Let me just shuffle these. The question is, does he feel remorse? Is he going to apologize? Does he want to make things right? To have his daughter in his life ever again? Does he feel remorse? Is he going to apologize? Does he want to make things right to have his daughter in his life? Okay. All right. Have a look. You know, I mean, the first thing that I'm thinking about is, what is remorse? Remorse what? Remorse in the way that you want him to have remorse? Because I just want to redefine remorse to anybody that's watching. Criminals, whether they deserve to be in prison or not, might have remorse that they got caught, and that's remorse. Or they have remorse for committing the crime that they did, which is also remorse. So sometimes remorse is not what you think. So everybody has remorse in things in their life. So that's a given. I'm wondering if you're wondering, does he have remorse in the way that you would have remorse or would expect him to have remorse? Does that make sense? So all of these are down, which tells me that these are unhidden truths. Not unhidden, hidden truths, meaning that they are not out for the naked eye. And the first one is the seductress in the shadow. So the seductress is someone that seduces, right? But it's in the shadow. So this means that whatever choices were made, because it's in the shadow, this person wasn't seduced into the decisions that they made. So they were fully aware of the choices that they made. This is the false messiah in the shadow. Nobody told them what to do. There wasn't someone influencing them in this decision. This is upright knowledge. So again, this is very validating. This person had full knowledge of what they were doing. Okay. This is the impulsiveness card, but it's upside down. So again, whatever choices were made were not hasty. They were not done with impulsivity. There's a lot of clarity. Because it wasn't done with impulsiveness, that means that the choice was done with clarity. Okay. This is the seer. This is about, inspiration. It's as if maybe their gut intuition was not heeded. So it's almost as if they knew what to do, say or not say, but they didn't heed their intuition. They chose not to. Okay? And then this is the twins. So you see that this is a very conflicted energy. And when you see that, it shows that I feel, and again, I don't know the situation, it's just a reading, but I feel as if to tell you that it was such a conflicted situation that there was no winning. And that's really what I feel to say, is that the choices were made wide open, because no matter which way you look at it, it was just no winning. So this feels very heavy, where no matter what choice they had, it wasn't going to go this person's way. And that's the kind of shitty thing about that. Is he going to apologize? Is this really about the daughter, or is this about you? Do you need his apology? Or is the daughter fully needing this apology? Or do you feel that the daughter is owed an apology? Again, I'm just channeling. Let's get a little bit more information. Foolishness. This is upright. So, I feel that he does feel remorse. I do feel that he does have sorrow. Whether or not he expresses that is completely up to him, but he does have it. It might not be the sorrow that you're expecting though. It might be sorrow that he didn't get his way. Home. Okay. He's sorry about how this situation is affecting the home. So maybe he's sorry he can't go home, can't be home, or someone can't be home. Something about the home he's sorry about. Does he want to make things right to have his daughter in his life again? Spirituality. He needs to seek more enlightenment, more truth. I think that a more mature version wants to make things right, but I think that he needs to do some soul searching, kind of work on himself to actually understand the damage of the relationship, if that makes sense. Someone asked if their son, and I'm going to leave the son's name off of this, was going to get through their situation okay. So let me just see. This is industry, but it's coming in sideways. So it's as if his career is kind of hanging in the balance. So I don't know if that means he's going to be shifting careers or he's going to be doing something else, but it's sideways. So something about his job or his career is hanging in the balance is kind of what I'm hearing. Can I get more information on that? Okay, thank you. Okay. So he's not being the hero that he knows he can be. I don't know if he needs to be the hero of himself, but he's going to have to really, really fight. He's going to have to really put his whole energy. This is a warrior. This is a battle. And it looks like he's not being the hero of this battle. So is he not fighting? Because in order for him to get through whatever he's going through, he's going to have to really fight for this. And so it's really kind of up to him because this is affecting his wealth, his well-being. This is affecting his future for love and marriage and stability and all of these different things. So all of his future is hanging in the balance as to how he chooses to show up for his own struggles and his own battles and his own wars. So he needs to show up as a warrior. But here it's showing him not wanting to play the hero, but it's affecting his wealth, his career. I mean, he might be, I don't know, he might lose his position, his status, his career. All of this is hanging in the balance because he won't fight for himself. He fights, though. Sorry, I heard that. He fights against himself. Does that make sense? Will he? So I was just seeing what the situation was. So will he? Well, I guess in any timeline, there's always a version of us that does and a version of us that doesn't. But what does he do with this one? Put that on there. Okay, let's see. There's nothing worse than worrying about your kids, I'll tell you. This is a very long spread. There's so much here. He's going to have to defend his honor. And it looks like whatever journey he was going to take, he's not going to be able to take now. Because he's lacking the knowledge as to what the problem is. And so if you don't know, the fact that you don't get it is the reason why. So he's going to have to really go on a journey of not going where he wants to go. This looks like consequences. This is like accountability. This is knowledge in the shadow, which means he's not learning. So therefore, life is going to have to teach him, because his youth, he's not a spring chicken anymore. He's young, but he's not that young. And it's almost as if he expresses helplessness. Like there's nothing he can do about it. And he's constantly saying that it's not fair. See, this is everything balanced and fair, so it's not fair. He's getting very defensive. So until he can stop being defensive and kind of go to timeout, it looks like, and reverse his ignorance into knowledge, because his youth is over. It's like, put away your childish games. You're not helpless, okay? It doesn't seem fair right now, but maybe the actions that this man is doing isn't fair to other people, but he doesn't know, he doesn't realize that whatever choices he's making isn't fair to other people. So he's got to stop being defensive. I don't know, it's going to have some growing up to do, and growing pains and consequences and all the shitty things of life. I was anonymously, well, yes, all of these readings are anonymous. How do I navigate my relationship issues? Navigate. How do I navigate? All right, I'm still waiting to fall. I tell you, I don't let cards just willy-nilly fall. I mean, they have to be ripped out of my hand because this information matters to people. How do I navigate my relationship issues? And you wait, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait. That's okay. Best things come to those who wait. How do I navigate? Maybe you're not supposed to. Maybe that's the answers. You're not supposed to be navigating them. Okay, first thing that fell is the narcissist in the shadow, upside down. And when I sit in this energy, is that it's not narcissistic of you to have the desires that you want in your relationship, because it's upside down, which means it's not an issue. Other people might say that it's narcissistic of you, choose your hopes, choose your dreams. So you might be gaslit out of doing things that resonate for you. But this is telling you that that's not true. And if you're being told those things, that's false. And then I have the Defender. You navigate your relationships issues by defending your desires, your hopes, and your dreams, which are not out of alignment. So if you have issues in your relationship that are blocking you from your path, then it's not, okay, it's coming through like, stop getting permission, stop getting validation for the things that you need and want in your life that are normal. It's almost as if you're tiptoeing, navigating, seeking approval, trying to get everyone to agree and be on board, but you're not always going to get people to agree with your hopes and dreams. And the card, the narcissist card falling in the shadow, means that you're not being selfish. You're okay, fish. I don't know how else to explain that. Let me see if anything else wants to fall for that. Can I get some clarity on that? I either have to get smaller cards or bigger hands. That's all right, though. Let's see. Wealth. Okay. It looks like some of your blessings and wealth are blocked because you're... How do I put this? Because you're waiting to have permission, seeking validation or approval to be able to do the thing and to navigate around people that don't agree with you, and you're hoping that if you explain it in enough ways that they'll be on board, but waiting for their approval to be on board is blocking you from doing the thing. So then therefore, indirectly, because remember the Defender card came and you're not defending your dreams, you're not defending your desires, you're not taking action on your desire, then your wealth starts to become blocked. Because your wealth is connected to your soul's purpose. So if you're not about thing because you are blocked, honestly, when you're seeking the approval of others to get other people on board, what you're doing is you're creating a tether. And tethers keep you from fulfilling what it is you're supposed to do. So you're not taking the risks that you're supposed to be taking because of the tether. The tower is upside down, which means that your point of view, the tower in tarot is about your point of view. You literally have to take your point of view, it came in upside down, and change the way that you're thinking, change your perspective on it, because the way that you're perceiving it is what's making it blocked. And then the Defender card again. So pick up your sword and defend your purpose, defend your soul's mission, purpose, desire, all of those things. You're letting someone or something tether you to a point. Listen, it's like I'm seeing a kite. A kite can only fly as high as the person holding down the string. That's a tether. So it's like you're given only so much freedom. You're given only so much rope to live your hopes and dreams. But why are you a kite? Why are you not an eagle? An eagle doesn't have any strings. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is putting you in conflict. It was sideways. You know what I mean? So do you want to be an eagle or a kite? Well, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you how to navigate your relationship issues. Was that not the question? Is there anything else that wants to fall? Okay, sideways. The Artificer. Okay, so are you living in true light, or are you living in the light for other people? Like, this is a match and it goes out. But the moon's light never goes out. So it's as if to say, if you continue on this path, navigating these relationship issues, you're going to burn out. You're just going to burn out. But if you chose to be your true self, to be your true light, you would be as bright as the moon. And the moon last I checked, has yet to have a power outage. It takes breaks, but it has yet to go out. So that's the game. If this resonates for you, I would love to see you next week on Vibe Tribe. Drop me a question. I am here for you. You are loved. You matter. All the things. And have a good rest of your week. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.